to the Let's Talk More Action Tour. We are in Minneapolis, Minnesota right now. Again, we are spotlighting minority businesses that are doing the thing with a whole lot of creative ideas, and we are here in front of Uniquely Attainable with Dr. Chris Emden, the Ambassador of Education. And tell me a little bit about Uniquely Attainable, because you were talking a little bit about it earlier.
Well, it's a phenomenal construct. What it is a business owner who got frustrated with corporate America, decided to take the ball into our own hands, come out here, get a school bus, renovate it, and create a home decor store on the fly. And what I love about an idea like this is that it is the kind of thing that you want to bring to schools to show youth that you don't have to necessarily go through the regular process. You can be a business owner, do things impromptu based on what you're passionate about. Uniquely Attainable is a math lesson. It's a social studies lesson. It's a history lesson. It's a geography lesson. And these are the kind of things that we want to showcase to highlight the business, but also use in education.
Again, Angela, we're going to meet Angela. She left her job, her comfy, cushy job in corporate America to start to say, you know what? I'm going to go out, I'm going to get some financing, and I'm just going to go and get a bus and create her own business. Let's go inside and check her out, because I'm telling you right now, you're going to see exactly what's going on
This
inside.
is the last take for the night. Understand that's kind of late, and I gotta get home to my son, cause he's so special to me. I mean, I gotta see him, I need to breathe him. That's my baby, don't call me crazy. I love the studio, but
Here we are on the bus of Uniquely Attainable with Dr. Chris Emden and the owner of Uniquely Attainable, Angela Whitesmith. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for allowing us to come out here.
You're welcome anytime. You're welcome anytime.
So again, you left corporate America. Kind of tell us the process of you left your corporate America cushy job before we get into this fabulous business of why did you leave corporate America? And tell us a little bit about that process.
So simple. I was working at a major retailer here in Minneapolis, one that everyone wants to work for. Had a marketing position, which I enjoyed. You know what? But I found myself honestly depressed. I gained like 85 pounds the last 2 years I worked for them.
Wow.
Insomnia. I wasn't sleeping. You know, I'm going to doctor after doctor. They're like, you're fine. You're healthy. I used to go to the gym every day. I stopped going. I'm like, really? I'm sacrificing my mind, my spirit, my body for nothing. For a check. It's a check that everybody wants, but they don't want the stress that comes with it. So it wasn't necessarily a reflection on them as an organization. My brand, who I am as a person, what I believe in that organization, they just didn't mesh. And that's why my spirit wasn't happy.
And so now you have an MBA in marketing. And so you and I know you're big on education.
That's exactly what I want to talk to you about. I mean, you know, how do you make the transition from, you know, going through this conventional education and people thinking that what's next for you is resting at the corporate space to utilizing your education to better yourself? You know, what would you say to youth who are, you know, watching this and saying, oh my gosh, she went through and got an MBA and she's doing this. How's she using that information?
Yeah, I would absolutely say my MBA comes into play in this situation. Like I said, I have an MBA in marketing. So I knew this space, what's going on right now with refurbishing antiques. You know, you have this thing called antique road shows and home decor shows that are on. And they're all repurposing furniture. I've been doing this for years, man. This ain't nothing new. I refurbished my daughter's crib 20 years ago. So I know this. You know what I mean? So my thing is, do what you love. I do really believe that if you do what you love, the money will come. I really believe
Could you look at the camera and say that again?
Absolutely.
Please?
You do what you love and the money will come. I believe that. You know, operate your business with integrity. My customers know me. They love me. I'm always out searching for them and what their needs are. So just operate in integrity.
So talk a little bit. So what is this that we're on right now? We are on in the middle of a bus.
A bus.
We're in the middle of a winter time, but you traditionally don't operate in the winter time.
I'm making an exception for you guys.
Thank you very much.
For the brotherhood, I got to make an exception.
So talk a little bit about this. I see some furniture over here. I see some chairs. All this is refurbished. So talk a little bit about what we're watching here.
Absolutely. So this is a 1999 Bluebird school bus. Just
go.
So you know, let's lay the foundation.
All right.
So I went to the used school bus store. Bet you didn't know they had one.
I didn't
but
know they
do.
had one. I didn't know.
So school districts, they trade in their buses just like we trade in our cars. And so I went to one of the local places in town and said, I'm looking for a used bus. This is my range. I got $4 grand. What you got? Can you sell me? I brought it home. My son and I, we ripped out the seats. I have a 16-year-old.
Wow.
We ripped out the seats. We laid some carpet down. You know, we cleaned it up, added a little bling. Got to have the bling.
Okay, I see the bling.
You got to have the bling.
Okay.
And so in that process of, you know, getting the bus established inside, I also have my daughter, who I love. She's 20, and her rowing team. She's on the rowing team at the University of Minnesota. The girls came over and they painted the outside of the bus.
Wow.
So it was a community effort.
So you use the community. You use the local community.
Yeah. Let's talk about the family piece of this. Because you know, on Let's Talk More Empowerment Tour, a More Action Tour, the big thing we've been talking to folks about is the importance of having their children involved in the business.
Absolutely.
And understanding that their children's involvement in the business is in itself an education.
Absolutely.
So just talk really quickly about what the process was like of having your children being part of the process, what they learned from this, and how do you think the stuff that they've learned from this can be applicable to their education in school?
Absolutely. So my kids, I have always operated my family in a meeting structure. Meaning I am the head of our household, the end decision belongs with me, but we will discuss it as a family. We discuss our finances, they know how much I've made, they knew what this looked like.
So you actually sit down and have conversations about money with your children.
Absolutely.
There you go.
They know my finances better than I do.
She talks about money with her youth, and this is a family, this is such a brilliant idea.
Yep. So basically I told them, I said, this was in February, I said, look, I'm about to go in and have this conversation about this job. Basically, I was working a contract position, which a contract position is when you dedicate your time to a company for a dedicated length of time, and it can turn into a full-time position. The organization I was with at that time, they wanted to offer me something full-time. It was actually a very decent job, $120,000 a year, golden. And I told my kids, I said, you know what? I've been unhappy for so long. You guys know how much I love decor and renovating. We bought a house that we fixed up. Meaning the three of us. We ripped down the walls. We built bathrooms. This is what my kids can. My daughter can lay a hardwood floor. Do you understand what I'm saying? Beautiful. This is what we do. And so I said, I'm going to get a bus and open the store. And they kind of looked at me probably like, you would look at your mom if she came home and said something like that. Like, wait a minute, Mom. What do you mean we about to turn the cable off and cut down expenses so we can launch a business? I said, look, give Mom a chance a year to live this dream. If I can make it work and keep the mortgage paid and keep the car notes paid, we're golden. If I can't, I'll go back to corporate America. I'll do that for you.
Because you got your MBA in marketing, so you have the options.
You got the options.
I got options.
And this is another thing for youth is that you don't get an opportunity to be able to always go out and fulfill your dreams if you don't have the educational sort of foundation already laid in place. With an MBA, with an advanced degree, you have the opportunity now where if you feel like you want to go and design, and this is an amazing, you don't have the space to be able to do something so amazing if you don't have the background to say, you know what, if it doesn't quite pan out, I can always go somewhere else. But I can always use the education I have to create something that's amazing.
Absolutely. So that's pretty much the gist of it. My son was probably the most reluctant. He's like, I don't know about this, Bob. It sounds a little crazy, but he's 16 and I love him. I love that energy about him. But he's been more than helpful. He's the big pieces of furniture couldn't do it without him. You know what I mean? So it's a family business, and he gets a little salary, so we make it work. We make it work.
So there you have it. So again, on Uniquely Attainable, again, you got a sister out here, and Angela White-Smith, who has formed this fabulous idea. She did not allow herself to be trapped into the corporate mindset that she had to stay there. She realized she could create her own options. She created an option. Not only did she do that, she talks about finance with her children. She got her education first to give her that foundation. She is everything that we're talking about on the Let's Talk More Action Tour. We want you, if you are in Minneapolis, Minnesota, you need to check out the website on the bottom of the screen right now, and you need to come out to check out and see exactly what now you do this tweeting stuff, and you let folks know exactly
what
you're doing
all the way. I have a store on Etsy, so if you're worldwide, you can buy from me online. You can find my materials online, so you can support me no matter where you live.
And I got to buy something now. So, because I see such amazing stuff here. I don't know how I'm going to get on the plane to go home.
But we ship. Let's talk about
we got to figure something out. I don't know. I'll get a pillow, something. I have to get something before we get out of here today. This is absolutely amazing. And I think you're such an amazing person.
Thank you.
Wonderful initiative. You're exactly what education is, because you take the education that you get from an institution and make it valuable and useful in real life. It's your model.
Translated to you.
Absolutely. I got to hug you. Thank you so much.
Sister girl. So again, Angela White-Smith. Next time on Let's Talk More Action Tour, again, if you're in Minneapolis, Minnesota, if you don't, try to check out Uniquely Attainable. Again, this is on the web, so she ships all over the country. Y'all need to check out Uniquely Attainable.
I woke
next
up
time.
in the
Let's
morning
talk more
feeling
action.
fresh to death. I'm so blessed. Yes, yes. I went to sleep stressed, woke up refreshed. I'm so blessed. Yeah, yes. Water in my face and everything is in its place. Peace of mind, even my grace. I'm so blessed. Yes, yes, yes. My grandma almost lived to see 92. I'm so blessed, yes, 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 yes. My son was born healthy and beautiful. I'm so blessed, yeah, yes. My mama's on my right side, daddy on my left. My son, father doing is absolute. I'm so blessed, 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 blessed. Yeah, yeah, yes. And I know what I know. And I know what I know. Yeah, struggle gon' happen. It's just the way it be. Ain't nothing coming easily in this life. Sometimes you gotta work and you gotta grow and it gotta hurt. I'm sure you know. Take a look around. Woke up this morning listening to this song. You're so blessed. Yes, yes. Gonna rock this joint all night long. You're so blessed. Yes. To be up in here with our hands up in the air, waving like we just don't care.